During the pandemic, I played Valorant quite a bit, and as I played this game, I became kind of immersed in the community, and on YouTube, I actually became friends with some Valorant content creators. One of the creators that I became friends with is a guy named WestJett. He's got a pretty big channel, and he thinks the Valorant community is a joke. Like, he enjoys the game, obviously he knows its flaws, but the community is something that he finds to be totally cancerous. And so he'll frequently post videos criticizing or memeing on the top Valorant creators. Usually how it goes is he'll make the video, his fan base will enjoy it, people will laugh, and the creators that he's mocked or criticized won't respond to it. But oftentimes when they do, it makes them look really bad, like that time when Shazam actually sent copyright strikes to WestJett because WestJett responded to a clip of Shazam where Shazam talks shit about him.
So back in the day, I made a video on Sick, which, by my standards, isn't my best work, but, it was quite funny. He was saying the N-word left and right, saying Kaide's making crazy tweets, and this is right up my alley. So I decided to make a video on it and give it my take. Not gonna lie, I don't remember all the details, but what I do remember is that I'm pretty sure he didn't even watch my whole video and then just started flaming me out of nowhere.
I mean, this guy's a fucking loser, to be honest. WestJett's biggest relevance is saying the N-word. He got so much relevance from saying the N-word on stream that he started being as edgy as possible.
So then he proceeded to lie and said my only relevancy was for saying the N-word, which is not true. It was for saying the F-word. So he was calling me out for not knowing the situation and making stuff up, and then immediately started making stuff up and lying about me. So I pointed out this hypocrisy, called him a clown, called him an egghead poo-poo head, and said that I think he smells like Cheetos. And then bro committed a cardinal YouTube sin and false flagged my video when the only thing I reacted to was him talking about me. This was crazy.
Now, this situation that we're talking about today isn't as severe as a copyright strike, but it does have to do with a large Valorant creator who has gotten into beef with WestJett recently. So this fella goes by the name Average Jonas, and some people believe he's literally a Valorant industry plant. I don't know if this is confirmed, so I'm gonna say allegedly, but the theory is that a lot of his content is surrounding Valorant skins and how cool they are, and people believe that he's literally getting these skins for free from Valorant, and he's promoting them to his audience to sell more products for them. And people cross-reference this with the fact that he plays professionally and is getting flyed out to Valorant events and stuff like that. So it is definitely plausible that this guy is getting paid to promote Valorant skins to his audience, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Like, if this turned out to be true, I wouldn't really care. I know people sometimes have a big issue with not disclosing advertisements, so I get if you're pissed, but I don't know, man. If your decision-making is so malleable that literally seeing a grown adult purchase a Valorant skin makes you want to purchase a Valorant skin, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Anyway, so Average Jonas and WestJett have been having beef for the past, I think, 2 or 3 years at this point. It all started in 2021 when WestJett made a joke about Average Jonas in a video, literally the most lighthearted thing ever, and ever since then, WestJett has been making videos on Average Jonas, documenting the cringe that he's involved himself in. Well, recently, Average Jonas announced merchandise.
What the fuck is that animal?
And in order to promo this merchandise, he modeled it along with some popular content creators, and one of those creators is named Sage Mommy. Now, Average Jonas has a girlfriend, and she modeled the merchandise with him, but something interesting took place during this photo shoot for the merch, where Average Jonas has his head on top of Sage Mommy's head, and his arms around her, and her hand is on his arms. Now, I'm not gonna do some schizo, green line body language analysis here, like that's not what I'm here to do, but I will say, when your girlfriend is right next to you, and you're having your hands on another girl, and your head on another girl's head, dude, it looks a little bit like you are more interested in this girl. And then there's also this picture where he's got his arm around this girl and like his girlfriend's in the front. It's just weird. Now, some people were speculating that he did this for content, like he wanted people to talk about this and call him cringe and call him weird and say that he's cheating on his girlfriend in order to generate more talk around him during the release of his merch, so more people would look at his merch or whatever. And it is true that more people were talking about him as a result of this, but I don't think that it had the desired outcome for him. Like, WestJett made a video called The Cuck Side of Valorant Rank, and it got 310,000 views. And I think, I don't know this, but I feel like YouTube might search ban certain words like cuck, or they might not recommend videos with that word in the title and in the thumbnail, might I add. But nonetheless, this video gets 310,000 2,000 views and 22,000 likes, and it's literally 8 minutes of him dunking on Average Jonas.
Is it weird to hug other friends while you're in a relationship? No, not necessarily. Let's say you're on a double date. You got your girl, your best friend, his girlfriend, right? So what do you do when you're leaving the date? Exactly, you rub your friend's ass and you give his girl a hug. It's normal. But it's not normal to choose to hug someone other than your girl for the internet, especially for a merch shot. Anyhow, Average Jonas replied saying thank you for the free promo, and I absolutely crushed him by cooking him hard. We are not buying dropship Temu merch.
Now, since then, WestJett posted a video 5 days ago with 173,000 views called Why I Hate Average Jonas. And the video basically just details some criticisms of Average Jonas in a pretty succinct way. The video is very short. It's 3 minutes and 34 seconds. The main criticisms of the video are pretty straightforward. His merch is cringe. His videos are cringe. And he is cringe. No, but his videos are basically very cookie cutter Valorant content, which goes into the whole he's paid by Valorant conspiracy. He also criticizes Average Jonas for having a not so average ego. He claims his ego is through the roof and actually references a message he got from a popular Valorant creator whose name he had to censor, but who basically confirms that behind the scenes, Average Jonas has a massive ego. Now, I have no idea who Average Jonas is as a person. I've never spoke to him or anything like that, but there is a true phenomenon that I want to highlight real quick, where I feel like the meanest people on the internet are the nicest in person, and vice versa. The nicest people on the internet are complete dicks behind the scenes or in person. I know this is true because people have told me, and I know people are going to think, oh, bro is glazing himself, but no, I have to point this out. People have told me that I'm way nicer than they expected in person, etc. And on the flip side, I've met nice guy creators who are actually complete dicks in person. I feel like it's because they've built up this sense of elitism because the entire internet likes them, that in person they can kind of treat people however they want. The mindset of, well, the internet loves me, so it doesn't matter how you feel, or I can just kind of treat you like shit if I want. A lot of these wholesome, quote-unquote, comfort streamer types are really just pieces of shit in person, if I'm being honest with you. And I will say, you know, maybe I'm stereotyping, but Average Jonas just gives off those, like, fake vibes, just like a kind of person who has a super well-kept image online and a really polished presence on YouTube, but behind the scenes or in person just treats people like shit and does things that he probably wouldn't want people to know about. That's sort of the whole Epstein Island thing, right? Like, in every picture, Epstein is smiling, he's taking pictures with famous people who are all well-liked, and behind the scenes, okay, am I really comparing this guy to Jeffrey Epstein? What the fuck am I doing? No, real shit, like, I don't think he's Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think he's Jeffrey Epstein. But if we're being honest, like, yeah, this guy is probably whack. Now, whether this guy is the next Jeffrey, either Epstein or Dahmer, doesn't change the fact that I don't like him. I think if you play Valorant and you're a corporate shill like this guy is, and you get super upset whenever people make fun of you because of that career path that you took to be this cringe Valorant shill, like, dude, just bite the bullet, okay? I've noticed that people in the Valorant community tend to be so soft, like looking back at Shazam, the dude who sent the false copyright strike, all because WestJett responded to a clip where Shazam criticized him. Like, you can't make this up. These Valorant kids need to grow up. There's this other channel called Steven Lin, who his biggest video is making fun of Valorant players, and a lot of the creators that he, you know, just made fun of in that video responded to his video super upset and just like were seething over this. I don't understand. If the Valorant community on average had thick skin like CSGO players do, I think the game and the community would be so much more enjoyable, but because they don't, because the creators don't, it makes for stupid drama like this to take place. Anyway, if you guys ended up enjoying this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Follow my social medias, links are all down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.